This quick video is designed to help you to prepare your course, your BlackBoard course, your Learning Point course, to be exported and imported back into Canvas, now called MyConnect. So let's get started by looking at your files. Your files are things that you have uploaded to your Learning Point site, and they can be found under the control panel at the bottom left of your screen under the Files button. Go ahead and click on that, and all your files that make up your course site are displayed. First thing I want you to notice is that you might have duplicate names. As you'll see here in this quick video, I have Act 2 Notes, and then in parentheses number 1, and Act 2 Notes 08, same. These files are exactly the same. What happened was somebody made a little edit, took it off and put it back on, and Learning Point duplicated the file for you. More than likely, the one with the largest number in the parenthesis is the accurate run. So you can go ahead, select the old one, and hit delete and remove it. The second thing that you can do is, after you have your files cleaned up, is to put them in order based on the subject levels that you are teaching. You'll notice on this course, for example, I have APEL, also High School English Trimester 1, Expository, High School English 2, Honors English, APEL. So all of these files make up all of those subjects. In Canvas, you are going to get a course shell for each subject you teach. So if you export your files based on the subjects, it'll be easier. So to make a new folder, you click on the Create a Folder button and you give it a name. Click Submit, and now what you have to do is put the files in there. So unfortunately, this isn't my course site, so I'm going to pretend like these are the files, and then what I would do is I would click Move, and I would move them into that APEL folder. And you'll notice here, if selected, the system automatically overwrites existing files with the same name. That is not checked, which is why you have duplicates. So if I were going to move these, I would go ahead and hit Submit, and they would move into that folder. So that's how you're going to organize your files and begin the cleanup process on your Learning Point site. Let's go to the next video. This next little video is going to demonstrate to you what happens to your course file structure when you import into Canvas. So on BlackBoard, everything is nested, which means I can make a folder over here or a button, and then within that button I can make another folder. I can then, within that folder, make another folder, etc. And so content becomes nested. Canvas doesn't know what to do with nested, so it just kind of gives you a flat structure. What will help with organizing that flat structure is if you organize everything before you do an export. So one of the things that you can do, this document right here, April 28th to May 2nd, it is not a file, it's actually a page. It's a web page. And so if I want, I could build a learning module or a content folder, either one, learning module, and I will call it, let's see, that's High School English, so I'm going to call it HSE2, okay? And then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to move all of the content into that folder. First off, I want to move that folder to the top, and the easiest way to do it is to click the up-down navigational area over here on the right, find the item, and then click the up arrow till it gets to the top, and then hit Submit. Okay, and once that's been done, then I can go ahead and I can do a move, and I can move this web page into that folder. And that way, when it is exported into Canvas, it'll display a little bit better. Okay? The last thing I want to show you on this quick video is, once you have your files all in order, once you have them organized so they're just not flat running content areas, I want to show you how to export. So again, back underneath the control panel, you are going to click on Packages and Utilities, and you're going to do an export. And according to the handout that I attached on this email, what I recommend is that you only select the things that you really need that are going to export accurately. And in this case, I'm going to export my content area, but and I'm going to export perhaps discussion boards. Depending on how you've used your course, you can kind of go and pick and choose what you want. But what I would do is I would export all my content areas first. Okay, and so to do that, I'm going to come down here to the very bottom and hit submit. I'm going to go away and come back, and when I come back, there will be a file here. So I'll be right back. Okay, I've gone ahead and I've exported, and I'm going to have this zipped file. So I'm going to take this zip file, right click on it, and save the link as. Put it someplace where I can find it. So in my case, see where it goes. We'll just put it directly on the desktop. Okay. And now that file will be downloaded off of Learning Point onto my computer. And at this point, I can go ahead and go on to Canvas, and I can, if I've created a new course, I can go ahead and open up that new course. I'm going to go to Settings of my new course, and from Settings, I am going to import content into this course. So we'll go ahead and click on Import Content into the course, and it will ask me what type. Here is where I'm going to choose BlackBoard 6789 exports. We have version 9. And then I'm going to go ahead and browse, find that zipped file that's on my desktop, down here someplace. And open it. And then I'll just go ahead and do all content, or I could specify only pick and choose. And once I hit import, that content will be brought up into Canvas. I'll be right back. Okay, when the import process is complete, it will tell you. So it might tell you that you have some issues. Feel free to go take a look at what those issues are. Typically, in this case, something was in a wiki and couldn't find it. So not a problem. We at least know that there's some things we need to clean up. So now where did all that information go? All of those files went into the course files that you were working on. So if I click on Files, I should now see CSS files and home directory, and I should see all of those files, and if they're in folders, it'll make them easier. So you'll see how I didn't have stuff in folders, so it makes it a little harder so you can tell how the folders are. Now these are just the files. The pages, on the other hand, are the pages that came over from your content from Learning Point. So if I say view all the pages, I should see all the pages that were created. And because they weren't put in any kind of learning module or any kind of folder, they kind of just came in this big, long running list. So that's why we encourage you to build folders or build learning modules so that they come in an organized fashion. I'll show you before I go a course that I imported by first of all going in and making learning modules. So I'm going to go into modules, and you will see that I have a Getting Started module, which was a learning module, course overview, week 2, 3. It's because I made these learning modules first, put all the content into them, and then they got organized. Okay, hope this was helpful, and we'll get you started.